And joining us now to preview tonight's debate is San Diego State political science professor Brian Adams.
And Brian, let's stick with the issue of homelessness just for a minute. More than 60% say that they strongly or somewhat approve of homeless encampment bans compared to 27% who oppose it. What impact could that have on the race and any impact on this debate tonight?
Well, we've seen Todd Gloria switch on this, change on this issue. Initially, he was less in favor of them, and now he's more in favor. And so it's going to be interesting to see how Larry Turner deals with that, of whether he is going to look at Todd Gloria and claim that he's not done enough in terms of encampment bans. And it's also interesting to see how much Todd Gloria doubles down on that issue.
And we know from our polling that this race is very close. So in this debate, which may be the only debate, what are you looking for? What do you expect to hear from these two people?
Both candidates need to clearly articulate what their plans are to address homelessness. It's an issue that voters care about deeply, and they don't want to hear platitudes, and they want to hear some specifics. I think it's more important for Larry Turner to articulate clearly how he's going to be different than Todd Gloria, and also important for Mayor Gloria to defend his record and say that even though the number of homeless individuals has increased during his tenure, that he's been doing everything that he could be doing to address the issue.
How important is it, especially for Larry Turner, when he opposes Kettner and Vine and other things the mayor has brought up to try to shelter people? 1,000 people would go in that one shelter, as well as others. He opposes it. But how important is it for him to specifically say, this is how I would get the number of shelter beds we need in this city, instead of just opposing a plan?
Yeah, I think that is really important. I think for Mayor Gloria, he's really put a lot of stock in the Kettner and Vine shelter, and that's sort of his centerpiece of his homeless initiatives. So he's got to defend that, and I think Larry Turner does need to give an alternative, because I think most voters recognize how difficult of an issue this is, and that there are no easy solutions. So he's got to articulate clearly what he's going to do differently.
It does seem that San Diegans, according to this poll, are in favor of helping the homeless, finding some place for them, even though they maybe not want them in their backyard. So how do these candidates address that?
I mean, it's a really difficult issue because the city doesn't really have that much control over a lot of those issues. I mean, and voters often think that the city does. So it's going to be really challenging for the candidates because they know the limits of city power for addressing this issue. It's much more of a statewide issue. The county is very heavily involved, particularly providing mental health services and drug addiction services and so forth. So the candidates have to be very careful to, on the one hand, acknowledge that there are limits to what they can do, but on the other hand, they don't want to simply say, well, there's nothing I can do, so it's other people's problem. So it's kind of difficult. They need to somehow walk that tightrope of being clear about what is it that they plan to do and sort of what the limits are.
And for anyone hearing that is thinking about which way they're going to vote, why isn't the city? What do you mean the city isn't responsible? They have city land. They could get that land. They could start getting partnerships and getting the wraparound services. To a voter, why doesn't the city have a lot of say over that?
Well, they have limited resources to do all that. It is incredibly expensive to run shelters, and particularly expensive to provide mental health services and drug addiction services and job training services. And the city, they get some money from the federal government, from the state, but there are limits to that. So there's only so much the city can actually do, and the city is facing budget constraints already. So they don't have a limited amount of funds to spend on it.
Thanks for that clarity, Brian Adams. We appreciate your time. And he will be back here at 11 o'clock tonight, so we appreciate your expertise, San Diego State political professor Brian Adams. The San Diego mayoral debate is tonight at 7 o'clock right here on ABC 10.